Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Mathematical Lens by Namita. In this video, we are going to continue with chapter number 4, Data Handling and Presentation of Grade 6 Mathematics of the new NCERT textbook Ganit Prakash. So previously, in the previous video, we learnt about the tally marks and the pictograph. In this video, we are going to learn about bar graphs. Okay. So let us see here already one picture you can see. There is one picture over here of a bar graph which you might have seen in TV or you might have seen printed in a newspaper. Okay, this type of bar graphs you might have seen. So here in this bar graph they are showing the different types of endangered species which are rising, which are increasing year by year. So here they have shown the year and here they have shown the number of animals increasing, endangered species of mammals, reptiles, birds, and it is also color coded, so it's easy for you to identify the type of animal. So like pictograph, it had pictures. The bar graph can help us to understand and interpret the information quickly. You can easily decide, like, see, it is going on increasing. You can see the height of the bar graph. So you can say that the endangered species are increasing year by year. So large amount of data can be easily presented through a bar graph. Rather in pictograph, it would be too much of time consuming and it will be very difficult task. So that's the drawback of pictograph, which is covered up by a bar graph. So here you can easily represent large amount of data, okay, on a bar graph. So if the data is large, bar graphs are very useful. Okay. So now here an example which we saw earlier, the Lakhanpal example, that he collected the number of students who are absent in the class. Right? You remember this? That in class 1, 3 are absent, class 2, 5, likewise till class 8. The number of students absent on that day, this data was collected by Mr. Lakhanpal. Now, earlier it was represented through a pictograph. So here we'll see how to represent that same thing in a bar graph. So let us see here what is important in a bar graph. Just pay attention to some of the facts. Right? You can see here the scale is given. Means 1 unit length. Means what is 1 unit? Here is 1. This width 0 to 1. This is 1 unit length. Okay. That represents 1 student. Number of students in each class. So here on the horizontal line, the horizontal axis, which is also known as x-axis, here the classes are written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 till 8th class, right? You may get confused with class and number of students. So here it is important to write that this represents the class. Can you see? It is written over here, class. Okay. And the vertically, it is the number of students who are absent. So you can just see in class 1, 3 students are absent, class 2, 5, class 3, 4 students, class 4, 2 students are absent. In class 5, all are present. No child is absent. Class 6, only 1. Class 7, again 5, similar to class 2. And class 8, 7 students are absent. So looking at the bar graph, you can understand so many things. You can like interpret so much of data and you can decide upon so many things like based on the bar graph. Okay. So now what is important here is while drawing a bar graph, I'll show you when we draw the bar graph, I'll show you the real bar graph also. But here you just observe that the spacing is always equal. Okay. Spacing between these numbers. So a graph sheet always have squares already made. So that would be easier, but never leave 2 boxes. Somewhere you have left 2 and somewhere 1. That should not be done. If you are leaving one box, then everywhere the width should be same. The width here, horizontal as well as vertical, the width should remain the same. That is very important in a bar graph to take care of. Here also you can see there is nothing, so this is 0. Otherwise the spacing is same horizontally. As well as vertically you can see the lines, the spacing is same. So that care you need to take, that the gap should be same. Also, I would like to tell you that this horizontal axis is known as horizontal lines, which are known as is known as x-axis. This is x-axis. Okay. And the vertical one is known as y-axis. What is it known as? Y-axis. Clear? Now let us go ahead. Now there are some questions based on the bar graph which is given over here. So let us try to answer the questions. In class 2, dash students were absent on that day. So let us just see the graph again. Class 2, how many students were absent? So you have to see here class 2, this is class 2. And you see the line, it goes till 5. So how many students were absent in class 2? 5 students. So that you need to write down as answer. Okay, so class 2, 5 students were absent, so you write down 5. Clear? Next question is, in which class were the maximum number of students absent? So let us go back to the graph again and let us see maximum. Where is the height? See, the maximum is in class 8, which is 7, but they have asked which class. That is also important, what is asked. Whether they have class, they have asked class or the number of students. So what is the question over here? In which class were the maximum students absent? So you write 8. Don't write 7. They have not asked how many students were absent. They have asked in which class. So you will write 8. Now the third question is, which class had full attendance on that day? Right? So we just saw in class 5, there is no bar, means 0 absentees. So 0 absent means it is full attendance. So you can write here which class. So you can write class 5. Okay, at full attendance. Clear? So you need to, you can answer so many questions looking at the bar graph. Now let us see ahead. So I told you what all care you should take while reading a bar, drawing a bar graph or while interpreting a bar graph. So the bars of uniform width. Okay. So you can see what is important is bars of uniform width can be drawn horizontally or vertically. Okay. Then equal spacing between them. The length and the height of each bar represents the given number. So this we already understood. As we saw the pictograph, we can use a scale or a key. Again, this is very important. Like in pictograph, the scale was important. Here in bar graph, the scale is very important. As I showed you, I'll just show you the bar graph again because we have studied this bar graph. Can you see the scale which is written here? This is the scale. 1 unit is equal to 1 student. You can take it as 2 students, 5 students, 10 students, 100 students, depending upon the need. But that scale, writing that scale is important. Now here, another example of a bar graph is given. This question. Let us look at the example of a vehicular traffic at a busy road crossing in Delhi. So this is the bar graph. Now this is the bars are drawn horizontally. In the previous bar graph, the bars were drawn vertically. So both are correct. You can draw it in any way. So just see here on x-axis, you can see here what is given number of vehicles. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 till 1200. Okay. And here what is given time intervals, like between 6 to 7, between 7 to 8, between 8 to 9, like that till 12 o'clock. So 6 a.m. till 12 o'clock the timings are there, right? So this represents number of vehicles and y-axis represent time interval. Okay. So now we can see the maximum traffic and you can answer so many questions based on this bar graph, right? Like you can see that minimum traffic is between 6 to 7 hours, between 7 to 8 it is maximum, then 8 to 9 also it is quite good traffic, but it is reducing slowly. From 7 it is 7 to 8 it is highest, and then slowly the traffic is reducing by 12 o'clock. So many questions can be answered based on this information given on the bar graph. Okay. You can even find out the total vehicles which passed from 8 to 10, maybe 8 to 12, whatever is the question. So there are some questions based on this. Let us try to answer those questions. So the first question is, how many total cars pass through the crossing between 6 a.m. to noon? They have asked from 6 a.m. to noon. Let us go back to the graph again. We will find out for each hour and then we just add them. So if we see, like 6 to 7, just keep this line. You can keep a scale over here. You can see the line from here. It is between 100 to 200. So it is 150 cars from 6 to 7. Now if you see 7 to 8, it is, just draw a straight line. You can keep a scale. It is 1200. Then 8 to 9, again keep a scale and see, it is still 1000, 1000. Okay. Then 9 to 10, just see here, you can again keep a scale and it is going till 800. So the vehicles, 800 vehicles passed. Now from 10 to 11, again put a scale so that you get the exact number, 700. Then 11 to 12, it is, just again check the line, so it is 600. Now if we add, because they have asked from 6 a.m. to 12, so we need to add all of them, right? So let us start adding. 1200, 8 plus 800 will be 2000. 2000 plus this 1000 is 3000. Okay. First add the numbers which are easy to add. So till here it is 3000. 3000 plus 700 plus 600 will be 4300, and plus 150. So 4450 is the total. So we'll write down the answer against the question. It is 4450 vehicles. Okay. Now let us see another question. Why do you think so little traffic occurred during the hour 6 a.m., 6 to 7 a.m. as compared to the other hours from 7 to noon? Right. So you can, because 6 to 7, everyone is at home. Most of the people are at home. No one is moving. most of the people, either you can write wake up or wake up. Or they are getting ready, right? I have just written one line. You can write many things. Most of the people are wake up or they are getting ready. So that's why the traffic is less. Now, question number 3. Why do you think the traffic was the heaviest between 7 to 8? Now, this you might have experienced yourself also. That why is it heaviest during 7 to 8? It is, you can say, that's the school hours, even office hours. So that is the time when people move out of their house to reach their offices or even the school, right? Wherever they want to go. Now, the third question is fourth question is, why do you think the traffic was lesser and lesser each hour after 8 a.m. all the way till noon? So what will happen over here? People have reached their places like after 8 o'clock, many people would have reached their destination. Most of the people have reached their destination. So then slowly it is reducing. Why it does not stop suddenly? Because the office hours may differ from office to office. So you can see that I'll just show you the graph again. Right, you can see that this is the time when people wake up, are getting ready. So 7 to 8 maximum people go for schools and offices. Then some people might have to go far, so they have started a little early, maybe. So then some people, so slowly it is reducing because they are there depends on their office hours. And then these are the people, like they might not be going to some office, they might be going for shopping or marketplace or something. So slowly it is being reduced. Maximum is here because people are going to office and school, right? So you can answer so many questions looking at a bar graph. Now there is another bar graph which is given over here. Just it is a, you can see population of India in crores. Let me just show you. So you can see population of India in crores, and these are the years: 1951, 1961, 1971, 81, 1991 to 2001. Okay, so and this is, what is this? 10 crore. This is population of India in crores. It is written over here, so you should read that. So 10, 20, 30, 40, these numbers represent the crores. Right here they have given exactly, because their smaller lines are not shown. So they have written 1951 mein what was the population of India, that is 36 crore. Then in 1961, 44 crore, like that they have written the numbers over the bar. Okay. So now again, there can be many questions asked based on this. So this bar shows the population of India in each decade over a period of 50 years, right? Each decade means 10 years, okay? So like 1951 to 1961, that is one decade. So this is second decade. Third decade, fourth decade, and fifth decade, that is 50 years. That's why it is 50 years. You might feel that there are 6 bars. So why they are saying 50 years? Because starting from 1951 to 1961, that is 10 years is one decade. Like that, this is 50 years population. Okay, and it is. Now what is the 1 unit length to represent one person drawing the bars? Now, if you show 1 unit, one person, so then the bar will be too long, too difficult. So what scale they have chosen? They have chosen 1 unit is 10. You can see this 1, 10, 10 gap is there. This gap also should be same, not only in the drawing, but this numbers also. You can't make 10, 15 and then 20 and then 30 according to the name. Whatever numbers difference you have chosen, the same difference should be there in all of them. That is also important. Not only the width of the bars, but also the numbers. It should be a pattern. So your 1 unit is 10 crores. Okay. So 10, 20, 30, 40, you see a pattern over here. Right. So that's the scale used over here, because here the scale needed was big. Okay. Now, so I just show you on the basis of this bar graph what may be few questions you may ask your friends. So you can ask your friends, ask each other many questions based on this bar graph, like what was the population of India in 1971, or what was the growth in the population from 1971 to 1981. So many questions can be framed based on the bar graph. Now they have also asked 2 questions rather, not one. How much did the population of India increase over 50 years? So over 50 years means, again we go back to the graph. Over 50 years means this is 102 in 2001. And in 1951 it was 36. So how much it has grown? So what you will do? You will simply subtract. So 102 minus 36. So that is equal to 66 crores. Okay, so that is the increase in population over 50 years. Now they have also asked another question. How much did the population increase in each decade? Decade, as I explained you, decade means 10 years, right? So if we see the first decade, like it grew from 36 to 44. So 44 minus 36, that gives you 8 crores it increased. Then you can show for all the decades, like I'll show you 2, 3, 54 minus 44, which is equal to 10 years, right? So likewise, you can find out for each decade. I am showing you 2, you can do it for others, right? So interpreting a bar graph is far easier and better. It overcomes all the drawbacks of pictograph and tally marks. Where the numbers are large, it is always better to draw a bar graph. Okay, so these are some advantages of bar graph, and we will continue with this chapter. That is, we'll learn how to draw a bar graph in the next video. Thank you.